as a Democrat, let me voice my opposition to allowing Joe Walsh to become part of the Democratic Party. If you guys don't know who Joe Walsh is, I'm not talking about the guitarist from the Eagles. I'm talking about the politician from Illinois. Joe Walsh was a Republican elected official, a Republican member of the House of Representatives from the Chicagoland area, from Illinois. And Joe Walsh was all aboard the Trump train. Joe Walsh said in 2016, I believe it was, that Donald Trump was going to win the election. And if Donald Trump didn't win the election, the day after the election, he was grabbing his gun and asked who was with him. The actual term he used was musket, but yeah, on November blank, I'm voting for Donald Trump. If he doesn't win on November blank, I'm grabbing my musket. Who's with me? In other words, we're going to start a civil war if our guy doesn't win. When defending Trump throughout his horrendous time in office, Joe Walsh said, "They all lie. All politicians lie. Obama lied. Hillary lied. Trump's at least open and honest about his lying." At least he's open about lying to your fucking face. The guy who he was ready to go to civil war with his fellow Americans over. Then Trump lost in 2020. And like a lot of Republicans with a potential future in Illinois, they suddenly became anti-Trump. Adam Kinzinger, same way. Adam Kinzinger voted with the Trump agenda 94% of the time. He didn't become anti-Trump until after Trump lost the 2020 election. Because Adam Kinzinger looked around and said, I'm a young, up-and-coming Republican, but I'm in a blue state. And if you are a Trump supporter in Illinois, you have zero chance unless you're in one of those very red counties down in southern Illinois. Then you have a chance to win something down there. Statewide, you ain't winning shit right now. Not if you're a Trump supporter. So he became anti-Trump. Same shit happened with Joe Walsh, right? This is a guy who threatened civil war and excused Trump's open lying. But because you can't be pro-Trump and have a future here in Illinois, he conveniently became anti-Trump after Trump lost the election. And now we have this bullshit. Joe Walsh, who previously represented Illinois as a Republican, said he is becoming a Democrat, marking the end of his 5-year streak as a political independent. Let's start with the obvious. A tyrant sits in the White House. The very thing our founders feared most is here. Throw in the fact that one of our two major political parties is a real and direct threat to democracy and the rule of law. These are unprecedented, dangerous times in America. I know it, you know it, there are even Republicans who know it. Yes, we do. And we did know it when we told you about it and you defended him. You threatened civil war over him. This is Joe Walsh's attempt to try and rebrand himself as an Illinois Democrat in an attempt to potentially run for something down the road. Illinois Democratic Party, do not embrace this lying motherfucker. Don't do it. Don't embrace this motherfucker.